Hey everybody, this is the second half of part 2. That video was getting too long, so I had to turn it into 2 videos. This game is coming together really well. Okay, so we are going to have a little thing that tells you how many laps we have done, but the way that we're going to do that is it's going to sense every time that it touches the line, right? But then you can just stay here and then get infinite laps without doing anything. So we are going to have checkpoints, which are scattered around the map, and you must hit every single one. And then it will allow you to finish the lap. And I know that most of the time these are like hidden, but I don't know, I might make them shown so then it's not like you could accidentally swerve off the map and miss one and then it doesn't work, you know? Okay, so we are going to have to paint a new sprite. Let's call this check point. Okay, and now let's make like a little circle. Hold the shift key so then it works. Let's say maybe like this. Okay, perfect. So now what we are going to want to do is when the green flag is clicked, we are going to want to hide the original sprite because we are going to be making a ton of clones. Okay, so for the clones, what we are going to have to do is we can make a custom block. So go to my blocks, go to my blocks and then click make a block. So now let's name this create checkpoint. Create checkpoint. Now let's add 2 number inputs. Let's add an X and Y. Okay, so perfect. So now what we are going to do is we're going to make it so that it makes a clone and then it's just going to be going to different places. So we need to make, not a new block, go to variables, make 2 new variables called a check point clone X, pretty long. And for this sprite only, make sure to do this. This is very important because every single sprite, every single clone is going to have a different one, and otherwise it will be for all of them and it will not work. So check point clone X, and then also check point clone Y for the sprite only. So now we are going to want to set checkpoint clone X and set checkpoint clone Y, it's a lot to say, to X and Y. So now every single time that a clone is made, it's going to do this. So now we want to put our custom block right here. And then we are over here. We're going to want to go to control, do create clone of myself. And then bring a when I start as a clone. So we want to now show this clone. And then we want to put a forever loop. So we want to now forever go to an XY and then we put you put we want to do scroll X and scroll Y, and then we're going to subtract them by the position of the clone so it will work. So then we will do scroll X plus checkpoint clone X, and then duplicate it, scroll Y by checkpoint clone Y. So now we want to do scroll X and then scroll Y. Sorry, plus, not minus. So now, yeah, we're good. Okay, so let's say we want to put the checkpoint, or create one where the player is. So let's see, that's scroll 945 negative 361. Okay, so let's see. That creates it over here. Oh, because right here, sorry, we have to do scroll X. We want to do multiplied by negative 1. Oh wait, sorry, negative 1. And then same for over here. Scroll Y by negative 1. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so let's try. We can see that creates one. That creates one right where the car is, which is good, but I'm gonna try something. Okay, so it places it right on the car, but I'm thinking first of all, let's make it slightly smaller. Okay, so now this is a perfect size. So now let's try to have it so then it makes one, how about right in front of the player? So scroll, scroll negative 3, let's say 40. Let's try that. 3, oh wait, no. Obviously, these are all gonna be different than yours. They're gonna be different. Obviously, because we will have a different track, maybe, unless you have the exact same ones as me from my Sprite project, link in the description, because then you can enter the same inputs as me. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do is drive around and then see where would be a good place to put one checkpoint. So we are going to be putting like a lot of checkpoints. So let's say maybe right here is a good place to put a checkpoint. So we can just see these coordinates and change it. The first one, so let's say 480, because for the X, and then for the Y, which would be, let's say 180. See, so let's see. So let's just see how good that placement that was. See? So now we'll place it. And now what we want to do is just keep going around the map, finding good places that we think it would be to place a checkpoint. So let's say right here. They shouldn't be too far away. And then you can just take another custom block and then do 640. And then we're just going to want to do this a ton. So I'm not going to bore you with this because it will take a while, so I'll pause it right now. But if you do use the exact same as me, then you can just copy it after. Okay, so in order to see if we are at the correct, if that we're close enough, it will activate it. We want to bring in if, and then this is it's a pretty long code. We want to bring in abs of, which is absolute of, which means if it's a negative number, it will turn it into a positive number. So now we want to do scroll X, and I'll bring out a scroll Y too. Minus, minus for both. put it into the first one, sorry. Minus, just do this, just so that it's even. Scroll X minus checkpoint clone X and checkpoint clone Y. We want to do plus duplicate it all. Here we want to duplicate. Not duplicate. We just want to take the scroll X and put it in one, and then scroll Y and put it the other one. And now that we have this, now we want to see if all of this stuff right here is less than, let's say, 150. So put it in, non piece of code, put it here. So basically what this does is it will take it, and if the distance is less than negative or than 150, then it will activate it. Okay, so what we want to do now, once this happens, let's make a new variable called checkpoints touched, and then we want to, in here, change checkpoints touched by 1. That's hard to say. And then we want to set it to 0 right at the start. And now, once it happens, we want to delete this clone. So we haven't made it invisible yet, so we can see. So you can see all of them. And this one, if we're close enough, it will delete it. Oh yeah. You can go to variables and then turn it on. So then we see checkpoints touch 1, 2. Here, let's just check. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So now we got this one. These are all going to be invisible, by the way. We're just checking if they work. So I have 8 checkpoints. And then, boom. Okay, so it works. Okay, so we want the line to actually give us, or to actually change the laps. So we want to do if touching car, I named it car, whatever your car sprite is called. Go to operators and move it to left and an equals, and then we do and checkpoints touch is equal to however many checkpoints you have. In the checkpoints here, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8. So this is 8, and then we are going to want to what is this? Variables, change, where's lap? Did we not make a lap? Oh, sorry. So make a new one called lap. We could do just like lap, I'll just do, lap. I mean, it doesn't matter because we're gonna put a number counter anyways. But just lap, just like this. Change lap by 1, and then set lap to 1 right at the start. So if we show lap right here, and one thing that we can do is when you have the variable out, right click, and then we want to click large readout. So now it's right here. So now if we can, I will keep checkpoints touched, but here, so it starts to lap 1, and that's the lap that we have. And then if I quickly do the lap, if I do it, it should change. And this, I know it looks a little ugly right here, but don't worry, we will fix that in the next episode, because this is already taken a very long time. So that is a problem. It changes like crazy. You see, now it's at 14. Like, it really changes like crazy. So here, what we can do is change lap, and then we want to, oh wait, okay, so sorry, yeah, I didn't have lap, but instead of changing it by 1, let's go to events, broadcast message, and let's make a new message, and then call it new lap. Okay, so we got new lap, and go to our checkpoints, and then instead of this, because it's gonna reset, we want this to reset every single time. So when I receive new lap, this will happen. Okay, so now this will happen every single time that we get a new lap. Yep. Okay, and one more thing that will make it much easier is, let's make a new variable called total checkpoints. So the reason why we're gonna do this, we first set total checkpoints to 0, and then every single time that it creates a clone, we want to change the total checkpoints by 1, and then over here, if it is of total checkpoints. So you might think, why did we just do that? Well, that actually really, really helps, because if you ever add any extra checkpoints, you won't have to change this number that was over here. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot. We would want to broadcast new lap. We can just duplicate it. We want to broadcast it pretty much like right away, because so then it will work. So the checkpoints, you can still see them, but we'll stop that soon, and then it works. Yeah. Okay, so one thing that we need to do is to make the checkpoints invisible. So when it starts as a clone, we want to go to looks, then bring a set color effect to, and then change this to ghost effect to 100. So now you might think, why are we doing this instead of just not showing it? Because not showing it, it just doesn't work really. It doesn't work really well. So this just assures that it works. So now, and I'm also gonna hide the checkpoints touched. Oh wait, actually no. We can have checkpoints touched and total checkpoints. Start the game. Boom! You can see all of the checkpoints have disappeared. And checkpoints touched only 1. 2 is changing. I love it. So if you ever want to have a different level or whatever, you can just run around, or you can just go around. And actually, one cool thing that you could technically do is that, wait, hang on. See. Okay, yeah, this game, I really like it. You can see our checkpoints touched is going up. 7, 8 right now. Across the finish line. It doesn't change the laps here. Okay, so right here, it says, a new lap. If here's the thing, when it restarts, it also here. So we want to broadcast new lap, and then change lap by 1, and then so then it doesn't give us so many. We can just do wait a second, and now it should work. It does take a little bit, so I will go around getting all the checkpoints. Okay, so I got all 8, and then we go. It just came. What just happened? Oh, okay, so what happened is because it says wait a second, what happens is then it waits a second, and then also it will then stop this happening. So here's one thing that we could do that will fix this. We want to bring this out when the green flag is clicked, and then also a forever in control. Forever, put it here, then put it here. So now it will work. So since I don't want to go around, I'll just set checkpoints touch to 8, and it works. Yes. Okay, so that is going to be the end of this tutorial. I will end with just doing a lap. See ya.